the mood disorder. A mood disorder is one that moods changes very easily. Either they are extremely happy or they are extremely sad. When they are extremely happy, they take decisions that could have an impact either on the relationship or whatever. Extremely happy, hence you see them doing things, they're just making decisions because they're happy. And when they are sad, very extremely, they withdraw from people, they don't want to go out. Did you know that two of the most cited reasons why people want divorce is lack of connection and emotional incompatibility? A study actually shows that over 78% or more that want divorce are emotionally divorced in the relationship already. Hence, they want a physical divorce. 78% is a lot. We call it emotional incompatibility, emotional imbalance. Anytime we use the word emotional imbalance, it's a behavior trait that is actually struggling with an emotional imbalanced behavior. Most of the time, underneath all that could be anxiety or undiagnosed depression. Sometimes we call it a bad behavior, hoping that that spouse will change. There is nothing wrong with that. But sometimes it is always important that you know what you're getting yourself involved in, or you understand what you've already got yourself involved in. Relationship is only held together by emotional needs. Hence, when your emotions are not being fed properly, the probability that you will be very, very unhappy. 78% to 79% is a lot. So, how can you identify that you are emotionally compatible with somebody in a relationship? Emotional imbalance. That means both of you, there is no balance. Your emotions are not in the right place. There are three simple things that you can check as to whether you are emotionally compatible with somebody. Sometimes we take some of these things for granted. We always focus on the material things, but really, relationship is not held by any material possessions. It is what keeps it, is how happy emotionally you are. It does not necessarily mean that you have all the things in the world. It means that your spouse is able to bring out that equilibrium, that kind of thing that really, really makes you happy as a person. So, what are some of these simple things you can check? Number one, we call it the mood disorder. A mood disorder is one that moods changes very easily. Either they are extremely happy or they are extremely sad. When they are extremely happy, they take decisions that could have an impact either on the relationship or whatever. Extremely happy, hence you see them doing things, they're just making decisions because they're happy. And when they are sad, very extremely, they withdraw from people. They don't want to go out. They don't want to see anybody. Social anxiety, social misfits. Some of these things are called emotional and mood disorder. Number two, someone who talks too much. We call it a narcissistic personality disorder. A narcissistic personality disorder is the one that is seeking attention, is the one that wants to be admired. Hence, they come and they give you all and bombard you with too much knowledge. They know it all. They've seen it all. I mean, every conversation, they consume it. You see that in this kind of conversation, they overshadow the conversation. They come with too much information. The truth is, they could have more knowledge, but it's the fact that you are not able to put an input, it's the fact that you're not able to make any contribution. They dominate the conversation. They want to be admired. They tell you, I know it all. Listen, I've seen it, I've done it, I've read it, all this kind of information. They bombard you with it. They talk and they talk and they talk, and they just don't know when to stop. Underneath all that, it is a person that has a narcissistic personality disorder. It is a disorder. Unless they are made to be aware of it, it can have great impact on you as a person, because you are never, in fact, they speak so much that they make you feel very, very small. Many relationships, because they want to be admired, they want to be seen, they know it all. And number three, the one that does not deal with conflict. We call it conflict resolution. Every relationship would have disagreements, one thing or the other, one way or the other. How do they deal with problems? Do they run away? What do they connect to when there is a problem or when there is a big issue? It is so important, because sometimes we take some of these things for granted. When you're dating somebody and they can't and deal with conflict, it is going to be a big issue. Because why? You're always going to be left unhappy. You're always going to be left not feeling heard. You're always going to be left not seen, because they are not available to deal with the conflict. They either run to alcohol, they either run to drugs, they either run to the Bible, they either run everything. There's something they run to. Instead of them dealing with the issue at hand, they never deal with issues. They are not capable, mentally attuned to be able to deal with emotional needs. It's a mental disorder. All these three things are mental disorder. It doesn't mean that it cannot be solved. It is, and it can be solved. But it's very, very important that you understand and you don't trivialize some of these things, hoping that it's a personality, or it's something that will change. Because many of the time, this is what we do, hoping that they will change at some point. Always remember, once somebody is in a relationship and they are comfortable, their behavior gets worse. The only time they change is when they create an awareness for themselves. So remember, emotional and mental disorder, emotional and mental incapability, emotional and mental absence can cause great impact on you as a spouse with your spouse. My name is Abigail Borquaye, and until I come your way again, remember, change is possible. And change starts from the one that wants change. Remember, relationship works. And it works for those that are willing to put in the hard work. So, lead the way. Bye.